Hey, it's Sterling K. Brown from the Hulu original series Paradise. The next chapter begins as Xavier's search for his wife takes him above ground, and what he finds will change everything. It was never just about the bunker. Tune in and discover the truth lies outside. Paradise, the official podcast, is now streaming, and stream Paradise on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Savage.
He wants you back, Dex. He's calling you back for the state of Florida, my guy.
Yeah, the sanity's coming back this way, and it's safe for kids. I got 3 kids in school. Real talk, no filter on Savaged Unfiltered. Savaged.
Alrighty, guys, welcome to Savaged Unfiltered. I am your host, Savage, and joining me here again is Chicken Whisperer. Welcome, buddy.
Hi, guys.
Seems like you're having a good time and you wanted to stick around, huh?
No, yeah, I'd love to hear about this congressman.
Yeah, I love to hear about him, too, because I don't even know who the hell he is, to be honest with you. I see him on X all the time, and he's always in my X spaces and in other spaces as well, too, with the MAGA movement. So I'd love to see some of his direction towards that, too.
Yeah, especially if he's libertarian-leaning.
He is a libertarian. I got to give him that, and I'm not much of a libertarian supporter, but I want to see what the hell he is running on.
Yeah, peaks and valleys.
Yeah. And then, of course, we got Joseph M. Leonard here. Joseph, you true shockcaster, you. What's up, man?
Yeah. Libertarian. Now, unfortunately, there's a big split in that party now, too. I am all for people who are more true libertarians, but unfortunately, more and more, that party seems to be taken over by libertarians, as I call them. So, but if you're a real small government libertarian, there's only one party you can be in. That's the Republican Party. That's the only place you're going to have a chance to get elected, like a Rand Paul did or a Ron Paul, So, with the odd exception, third parties don't amount to anything. Like Jesse Ventura on the Reform Party in Wisconsin, but look at the joke he turned out to be. So,
Wait, Joe, wasn't that a wrestler from like WWE/W? Oh, excuse me, we can't say WWF, right? I don't want to get sued, right? But it was known as WWF back in the 80s. You notice how I cough there, so they don't put that infringement in. He was a wrestler, and he turned governor. Yeah,
and I supported him for governor there. We had a lot of great hopes for him as an outsider, as a third-party candidate that might actually get elected to something. Again, third parties don't ever amount to anything with the rare exception like him. And he unfortunately did some good things, but surrounded himself and, of course, was opposed by the deep state also. So there was a lot of bad things went on too. So
absolutely. But I'm about to bring Nathan Snyder in here. He is running for Congress's 14th district here in the state of Florida. And before we bring him in, there's some things here I want to question him, possibly challenge him on some of his policies that he's running on. I notice he's running on school choice. He's also running on, I have my notes here, guys, also running on what the hell is this here? Sorry about this, guys. This is very raw and unfiltered. You notice how I don't lead. I'm reading off a notation, but I'm also showing realness here on the show. Oh, homeschooling, which I do have another guest here in the green room, and I'm sure he can question him on that too. Parental involvement. I like that, Nathan. I really do. I like the parental involvement. You don't see too many politicians that are running not only for Congress, but just running on a political level, showing that parental involvement. And that's very rare for a libertarian, if I may add it into that. But without further ado, I want to bring in hopefully future congressman here in Florida. Nathan, welcome. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey, Savage, how are you?
Good. How are you doing? We can hear you now. You just kind of muted a little bit. You seem young. I want to say that you seem young. You seem like you have certain policies and agendas in the right place. I want to start off with a lot of what I see here is with the school choice. You support school choice. You also support the parental involvement. Let's talk about that real quick. What's this parental involvement that you're going into, and why you're trying to bring it into the state of Florida, sir?
Well, nobody understands their children better than parents. I'm a single parent of 3 kids, and government, as we know, they're not efficient. Everything that they touch turns to crap. So nobody knows what is better for children than an parent. And what we saw when government tries to get involved with what's better for children, they go after the parents with the FBI and they label them as terrorists. And, it's savage. It's government needs to be out of education as a whole. They can't run the citizens or govern the citizens or operate business properly. How are they going to operate education? So parents need to be more involved in their children's education.
Yeah. And I have a question here regarding something I'm going to bring up here momentarily with our other guest here. You seem to run on that parental involvement, right? We don't have enough parental involvement in their children today in the household. We see that very, very clearly. I see it clearly. I see it more than ever, especially in this generation versus my generation. Okay, because in my generation, there was parental involvement, but it was just a different era. When I grew up north, I'm originally from up north. Okay, so when I grew up north, the type of, I guess you could say, childhood was different. I don't want to go too much into it, but I'll go into a little bit to make relevancy for what we're talking about here on the program, on the podcast. But the street light came on, you get your ass home for supper. My mother, especially all the members of my family, knew exactly pretty much where I was at any given moment. They all knew the neighbors. They trust the neighbors. They trust the children. We really didn't have any issues that you see now. Everything, it was a lot different then. Maybe it has a lot to do with we didn't have influence of social media. We didn't have influence of media kind of interjecting their interest, right, or their views on the family to begin with. I think that's where the disconnect was. Nathan, do you agree with that, sir, at all, or no?
I do agree with that. And I mean, who's raising our children at the present moment? Right now, it's social media. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that, parents are working 2 and 3 jobs right now. They can't be home with their children, educating their children, teaching their children, what's right from wrong. Our own government doesn't even know what's right from wrong. They don't even care. But, so the parents being more involved in education, to me, is very important. It starts to bring the core values of what America was built on. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. And I do see that not only are you running for the 14th district here for the state of Florida in Congress, you're also an advocate and you champion the values that embody the blue collar spirit. Wow. Holy shit, Nathan. I'm going to be unfiltered here because that's just who I am, the persona behind this microphone. But holy shit, man, an advocate and a champion for the values that embody the blue-collar spirit of our community.
I'm an outsider. I'm not a politician. I'm a mechanic by trade. I'm a single father of 3 amazing sons. My oldest is disabled. He'll never be able to do the things that his younger brothers can do. I've struggled like the many Americans and citizens in our nation, to find a school for him that fits his specific needs. I'm not a millionaire. I don't come from huge money. And the reality is, our education system doesn't provide schools for these specific needs. I've struggled to maintain a full-time job while standing at a bus stop that's late. I've struggled to get to work on time. I've struggled to survive in a system that doesn't represent the working class. I've had to budget finances. I've skipped meals. I've done what every loving parent has had to do and sacrifice to ensure that their children are properly taken care of. And I finally made a choice to run for Congress to make sure that this chaos stops, that every single parent and every family has an opportunity to thrive and succeed, to give us a fighting chance again. I'm Nathaniel Snyder. I'm not a politician. I'm a working class American. I'm a single father. And I'm done watching the political class destroy us. SnyderForFL.com.
Michael,
You almost sound like you're a Republican than a libertarian, if I may add that in.
So, I predominantly voted Republican for the majority of when I became of age to vote. I left the Republican Party back in 2020. And the reason I did that is because they stopped championing smaller government, and they started slowly working their way into bigger government. And at the present moment, what I'm seeing out of the Republican Party is not something that champions or protects citizens, but more of a, if you can't beat them, join them attitude when it comes to the Democrat Party. And the one thing that I'm starting to realize is if Trump wins this upcoming presidency, he's going to have a repeat of 2016 because the Republican Party is still not behind him. So if he's going to push our government agenda, he's going to need libertarians who have been pushing that agenda for 50 years. The issue with the Libertarian Party is they've never had the ability to deliver that message effectively. And I think instead of complaining about Donald Trump being at their convention, they need to realize that he took the message that they've been trying to delivered it to American citizens in a way that they understand.
Yeah. 1 second, Nathan. I have to get a quick sponsor break in, and I want to go to our other guest here that's in the green room. Guys, wow, where to start? I want to say thank you to one of the sponsors here on the show, Progressive Insurance. Better insurance starts here. Okay, with Progressive Insurance, 4 out of 5 new consumers are now recommending this insurance. A lot of people are getting rid of insurance companies like Allstate, Geico even, right? Geico has been popular throughout the years. People are going to Progressive. They're standing by their policy, and they're really representing that customer through and through. Okay, with Progressive, guys, I don't think you're going to be you're going to be impressed. Trying to find the words there, but you're going to be impressed. Check out Progressive Insurance. Scan this QR code here if you're viewing us on Rumble or X, and give them hell. Well, don't give them hell. Give the other guys hell if you kind of get with that drift. I also want to say thank you to a brand new sponsor here, exclusive sponsor here on Savage Unfiltered, Monkey Colt Coffee Company. That's right. Had the honor and opportunity to talk to CEO Matt Zions with this coffee company. And what's really special about this coffee company, guys, is I think they're the only, and like Matt says, he doesn't know any other company, not only in the state of Florida, but any other company in the country right now that is infusing their coffee with liquor and alcohol, which I was blown away when I heard that. I'm like, man, there's liquor and alcohol in that? And he's like, yeah, gives you an extra boozy boost of coffee in the morning. Right. So I checked them out, guys. They sent me a sample, and I love them for it. Really. Scan this QR code. Use code SAVAGED at checkout, and you're going to get amazing exclusive deals through us. So hat tip to Matt Zions and all the people there at Monkey Colt Coffee Company. Before I go further with the conversation, I want to bring in Liz Dexia 82. Goes by the name of Dex here on Twitch. He's an online gamer, and I want to basically have him share his story on some of what we're talking about with this parental involvement, which is very rare in today's society. You don't see a lot of parents staying involved with their children. And I happen to know Liz Dexia very personal, and he has a tremendous story. So let's bring him in. Not going to tie up too much of his time. I know he's been in the digital green room, kind of waiting for me. All right, Savage, bring me the hell in. So without further ado, let's bring him in. Liz Dexia 82. Welcome, man. How you doing?
What up, big guy? You hear me?
Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear.
Sweet, beautiful. Man, I wanted to hear more about what Nathan was talking about. I know I don't live in Florida anymore, but shit, I love it.
I know. I didn't want to put you on the back burner. I know you've been waiting in the digital green room for a hot minute already. So we do have a full panel here on Savage Unfiltered. So before we bring Nathan back into the mix, again, yes, Dex, he is running for the 14th district for Florida. And he resembles a lot of great values, behind that libertarian type of movement. So before we go further with that, let's talk a little bit about what I just discussed about parental involvement. Why do you think it's so important that we encourage more parental involvement in this nation?
Come on, dude. Look at what's going on around us right now, man. Like the utter lack of human life and emotion is there's no God. No one cares about human life in general. It's scary, bro. I mean, there's videos out there right now of kids beating the shit out of an old Chinese woman or Asian woman on the street that they don't even know. Why? Because they can. It's fucking madness, my guy. If this is where we're going, I'm afraid of what's going to come in the future. And as a father of a 3-year-old daughter, she's going to learn how to shoot real fucking young.
Damn right. Aim them high, because that's where you want to bring them, right? You want to start them young, and you want to educate them young, so that way when they get to be our age, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, they have a clear understanding of life then. And I think that's the disconnect, Dex, with some of this new generation. When I was younger, my mother, God rest her soul, love you, Ma, my mother would say that, you are seeing children having children today. And I think that's absolutely accurate of what my mother had said, because you're seeing the clear result. I mean, can you agree? We still have Chicken in studio. Chicken, can you agree with that, buddy?
No, absolutely. And I don't know why Dex left Florida. Come back, bro. We're about one of the only states left, man. I don't know.
He wants you back, Dex. No, he's calling you back for the state of Florida, my guy.
Yeah, the sanity's coming back this way, man. And it's safer for kids. I got 3 kids in school. And I know what Nathan's talking about a little bit about parental involvement, and you try a lot to be involved in the situation. But you can't just impromptu visit schools anymore. Did you know that? You can't just impromptu just go to your school and just drop in and sit down and eat lunch with you.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Kid, they cause problems with that. Yeah, it was, you couldn't even meet the teacher unless you did it at one scheduled time during Meet the Teacher Day. You couldn't walk your kid to class. One time I was trying to walk the kid to class right when Corona was going on. Couldn't do any of that, dude. It's wild when you're like parental involvement and Common Core. It's a joke. You ever tried to deal with that crap? It's a garbage. And they'll change the curriculum on parents. They don't ask parents about curriculum. They don't give a damn about it.
Oh, it's altogether different, man. I mean, you got this radicalization, and I'll say it, and Joe will probably laugh here in the program. He knows. Yeah, Joe, I see you waving your hand, right?
Hey, get that.
Yeah, one second before Joe hijacks the entire program. But I mean, you can't say that at all. Radicalization, you're seeing that in schools. I constantly say that on Twitter X, constantly in these X spaces. But they come up to me and they're like, "Oh, Savage, you're wrong. You're wrong. Why are you using those terms, radicalization? Do you know, chicken?" And I'm going to get Nathan's insights on this because he is running for Congress here in Florida. But do you know that I used the term radicalization in an X space with Florida's Marco Rubio? Everybody knows who the hell Marco Rubio is. Marco Rubio in the X space was telling me, "Why are you using the term radicalization?" I said, "Why not?
Well, they're socially
you want honesty?"
radicalized.
You're seeing that in America, the radicalization.
You're seeing socially radicalized
Come on,
all the time on all these different indoctrinations on gender theory, race theory, why America's bad, why, it's like we see it constantly coming out and you got to fight it as a parent.
Yeah.
My kids, they know the agenda and they pay attention.
Are your children young? I mean, you don't have to dox their age.
No,
are they not?
In school, I got 9 to 15 and one of them is in. So one thing I wanted to talk to Nick about was when he's like school choice, we kind of have that with the scholarships, and the scholarships enable it. I even got my 15-year-old into a religion-based school, and they were approved the scholarship, no problem. Yeah. My other children are going to go there. I am taking them out of the public school. As much as I do like what DeSantis is doing, I'm still not on board with the curriculums they state, and this other place is. That's where parents have choice.
Yeah. Hold that thought on DeSantis. I want to get DeSantis in because a lot of it has to do with a lot of what he ran on a couple of years ago up until now. And there is a disconnect. And I want to get that with you before you dip out because I know your time is limited here, sir. And I appreciate you for sticking around the studio. But let's go back to Liz Dexy, and then I want to go back to Nathan here on a couple of issues. Liz Dexy, Dex,
What's up, big guy?
To start, man. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot being thrown out, buddy, but if you want to chime in on any of this discussion here, I know, we had discussed privately with, good dads still exist to this day. And it is a rare commodity. I mean, you still have the good fathers still around, but some of these good fathers are pushing back, man, against go ahead, buddy.
I don't even know if I like the word good father because a lot of us don't think that we're good fathers. We're too worried about not doing enough for our kids. I think that's what shows that you're a good father. There's I don't know, man. There's a huge disconnect between it all, and it's way too easy for women in almost every single state to grab the kids, take off, do their thing, and a man has to pay for the kid. Still get the kid 3 to 4 days out of the week, and we're going broke, man. I mean, like it's painful. It's painful. I know where I live, and it is pretty damn blue here, and it is definitely a women's state when it comes to children. And that's fine and dandy and all, unless you look at the circumstances of where the female is, where the man is, who's able to provide. And all these other things, you know what I mean? Like there's multiple different facets of it that have to come into play. But like in the end, it should be about the kid, not about the parent, right? Like who's been the foundation, who's been the financial person out there, being able to take care of the child and whatnot, and who's on fucking drugs and fucking doing heinous shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, you want to question it, but I agree with what you're saying. Nathan Snyder.
For years.
Yeah, I'm sorry. One second, Dex. Nathan Snyder, you want to weigh in on any of this, what we're talking about? I mean, parental involvement, man. I mean, you're running on it, right? I mean, how the hell how the hell can we change the aspect to get more involvement in the family base, right? There's a disconnect in the family base. Social media, mainstream, the political warfare, and with that, Nathan, I don't know if you know me personally, but I wrote a book last year called America's Political Warfare, Our Modern Civil War. And a lot of that, what I just mentioned, is tying to this parental involvement, the disconnect with it, or the unparental involvement, because that's what you see, Nathan. You see the unparental involvement in our family culture. So, I mean, the floor is yours, buddy. I mean, plug away, man. I mean,
a lot of the things that our government has put in place, right? That helps with the destruction of involvement with each other as a whole. If the woman doesn't want to be anymore, no problem. Here's food stamps. Here's low income housing. Here's this. You don't even need the guy, but we're still going to go after the guy for money. Then you also have the aspect of when child support is being put into play for a lot of fathers. There's no custody involved with that. There's one specific courtroom for child support, and the government its fee child support, and then the father's got to come out of pocket again just to be able to get visitation rights. So there's a huge disconnect with government, family.
Yeah, one second, Nath. You're breaking up, buddy. I'm gonna go back to you. I don't know if there's a connection issue on your end, but I'm gonna go back to you in a little bit. I just, if you can clear that up real quick, maybe I have to kind of tie in your connection a little bit. But go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, couple things to what Chicken was saying. On May 4th, I dropped a thelibertybeacon.com piece. The issue was never the issue, right? You've all heard that SDS leftist radical revolutionary line. It's only the revolution. As the author of, as you can see it on the screen there, if you see this via video, Terror Strikes Coming Soon to a City Near You, they use the issue of terrorism as the excuse to prevent anyone from coming into the school. That's the excuse. The reality, of course, is they don't want anyone to see what's going on in there. And they don't want you at the school board meetings. The Wuhan hysteria did one good thing. All those Zooms and the mama bears and the papa bears finally woke the fuck up, saw what was being peddled, and are indeed getting involved. So the issue was not the issue. It's the excuse to try to keep you out from knowing what's going on.
Yeah, and I see what you're saying, Joe. I mean, you talk about the mama bear, you talk about, I guess the comfort level, right, of what you're referring to. Dex, what do you see the issue of any of this, bud?
Man, I mean, this started back in the 90s when the government started doing what Nathan was talking about. They made it easier for a woman to be single than to fight to have a family, right? And then you take the fathers out of the family, and the next thing you know, a woman can't. I'm sorry, man. I love it. Y'all are nurturing. Y'all are this. Y'all are that. But you need a man in the house. You need a father figure in the house, a solid father figure who's going to work, protect, provide, right? Be stoic and teach certain values that only a man should be teaching. The second you rip that away from the home, well, this is what we get. I mean, you can just look at the statistics now from 1990 to what 2024. You can see that what is 60 something to 70% of every house has a single parent.
Yeah,
fucking wild, dude. It's wild.
It is wild.
It's because we're giving health care, we're giving welfare, we're giving food stamps, we're giving all these here, stay home. You don't need that, motherfucker. We're giving housing. You don't need that, dude. We're giving you this. They made it to where you're going to constantly rely on the government. Your kid's going to learn to rely on the government. And we're still going to pay our child support. and we're going to need to get 2 to 3 fucking jobs. They're going to take money out of every single one of those goddamn jobs too. It's fucking madness, bro.
Yeah.
And it's destroying the family. The family that built America is being destroyed.
Oh, absolutely, Dex, and I completely understand. I completely understand what you're saying. The passion behind you, man, is real, and I appreciate everything you're saying, guys. Before we continue the conversation, I am being told that Chicken does have to depart the studio here, but I do want to say thank you, Chicken, for stopping by and committing your time here on the show, Savage Unfiltered. Really, I wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors. You're a true pioneer of everything that you resemble. So I want to say thank you very much, man. If you can, man, I'd like to shake your hand,
absolutely.
buddy. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, you boys, stay out of trouble. Nathan, good luck.
All righty, buddy. You just heard the voice of Chicken Whisper. You can follow him on Twitter, and it's at Rooster.
My Rooster.
Thank you for correcting me. My Rooster Whisperer, right?
Wisdom.
There you go. Thanks very much, buddy. Safe travels. So, yeah, before we continue, man, what'd you think of Chicken?
Yeah, I loved him. And Nathan's good. Fleeing the Republican Party only gives the rhinos and the CINOs, the deep state, what they want. You surrender. Leave them in charge. Libertarians, I supported John Kuhn for U.S. Senate as a libertarian. Libertarian Party, unfortunately, you're not getting elected as dog catcher. Come back to the GOP like a Ron Paul and a Rand Paul. You could get elected there. But, it's the family thing as Dex. And you know me, how my weird mind works. It usually triggers something odd. And I hear Dex. So now I've got Dexy's Midnight Runner. Come on, Eileen in my head. But
Dex, before you comment on that, I think we have Nathan coming in. He had some audio, video issues, but it happens, even with today's technology. Dex, what you're viewing and listening to is a man that literally resembles Politics 101. I mean, Joe, how many years, man, if you have to remind me again, have you been involved in politics?
Yeah.
It's been a good selected amount, haven't it, buddy?
I got involved in politics in high school since 1978. I was the first in my family to be Republican, but I got involved because my godfather was one of the last semi-conservative Democrats left in the party. Was mayor of a Detroit suburb. So, but to Dex's point, and even Nathan's, this is all cultural Marxism. Purposeful, willful, malice of thought, forethought, attempt to undermine Western culture, destroy the family structure, destroy everything Western, not just U.S., but all Western culture. As the issue is never the issue, only the Marxist or fascocrats, as I call them, revolution. This isn't the 1930s. Communism, socialism, fascism, it's all the same thing. It's just a different color flag. It's the same ruling elites trying to undo and undermine America.
Here, so I'm going to bring Nathan back in. Nathan, if you could turn your camera on, buddy, I'm going to chime you back in, and then we're going to close it out here in about 5-10 minutes. Just giving you a fair warning to everybody here in the panel. But yeah, before we continue the conversation, 1 second, Joe, I got to get a quick plug. You know the plugs, man. That's how they keep this podcast going. Guys, for those who are basically discovering us here on the internet, we basically brought to you here to the podcasting world a merchandise that's aside from Savage Unfiltered. It's called Savaged Army, a little type of headway that I created last year. Brand new merchandise, guys. Some merchandise that we put up here on SavageArmy.com. You can see in the QR code that Restream Network that provided with us. So thank you very much. Uninstalling Joe. That's right, guys. In November, we have to uninstall Joe. I'm not talking about Joe here on the show. I'm talking about Joe Biden. We got to uninstall him. We got to restore our American values. And by restore our American values, I think you understand what I mean, because we're going down some really, really dark times here in America. And if we're not careful, we will repeat our same history that was once presented here in the United States. And you don't want to do that. You really don't, guys. Also want to thank another sponsor here to the show. That's right, guys, at Bucked Up. If you guys are not familiar with Bucked Up, their mission is to provide their customers with the highest quality of supplements and nutritions to the man and the woman. That's right, guys. At that next rep or setup or set, grab yourself some Bucked Up powder and do the little shake it up, right? And get that last set in. Really, really good stuff, guys. Scan the QR code today, and you're going to find out why. Back to the show. Joe, I want to close it out here soon with our guest here, Nathan Snyder and Dex. But before I do that, I do want to say thank you, man, for representing that Savage Army gear. I know you got one of our merchandise on there, a true shockcaster. That's right. Yep, we're not podcasters, are we, Joe? We're shockcasters because we deliver the truth that even mainstream and selected amount of podcasters are not willing to air. So,
Well, I am a shockcaster when I'm on Savage Unfiltered. I'm a little more mild-mannered and tame on my Christitutionalist Politics show for the Christian audience. So, if you want to call me duplicitous, I mean, we are more than one thing at one time at times, right? We have multiple parts of our personality. And roar, restore our American Republic. Funny how MAGA, Make America Great Again, was not an issue for the left when Clinton Gore stole it from Reagan, who originally used it in the 80s, and put it on with a Confederate flag. It was not an issue then, but now, of course, MAGA is somehow racist, sexist, this is that phobic, and
Oh, Joe, you know I'm going to go there with you, buddy. You know I'm going to go there with you, right? Like the ghost from Scrooge, Niagara Falls, Frankie Angel. I mean, that's what you see today. You see a bunch of ghosts from the movie Scrooge with him and Bill Murray, like literally like melting down when he's seeing his past, with his mother, drinking, and then the father like, boozing up. I mean, you see that with the triggerness here in America. We need to stop that. I just discussed this last night on Savage Underground, which Joe was part of that X Space. Thank you very much. Hat tip to you, Joe, for co-hosting that. We had a large amount of people in there. There was about 3,000 people right after you dipped out, because Joe had dipped out. He usually doesn't dip out. He kind of sticks towards the end of the spaces that we do on Saturdays. And then including we do spaces on Monday nights and Thursday nights as well, too. So hat tip to Kimmy over there from the MAGA movement. Thank you very much, Kimmy. I know you're listening. Check her out, guys. Give her a follow. She's a tremendous individual out there in California fighting for the good cause. And it's rare